All right, man, get back to work. Oh, let me switch back to. There's a yellow card. Okay. I went to. Go check the score on the soccer match and the football match, and then lost track of time. Started looking up Western New Mexico's football schedule and their basketball roster thing, see if it got updated. It did say that Bunker got an extension on his contract. I was just checking to see if he was still there and if he didn't get hired away by someone else. So that's what I was checking on. Okay, there's the score, 0-0, England versus Argentina. This ought to be a good match. That Jude Bellingham is a problem for anybody who plays against him. He's good. He's a good football player. He really attacks the goal and does it with good pace, and he plays his angles right and good, and so you gotta mark him. But Argentina has a very good defense. A very, very good defense. So we'll see what happens. He just got fouled. They didn't give it to him. Okay. You never know. But it's football. Yeah, the refs I was watching it. The refs are kind of letting them, what they say, play. It's not really letting them play. It's not calling the game by the rules, because you don't want to take the game by the balls and tell them, look, you're gonna play football and you're not gonna beat each other up, okay? I'll set everyone down that wants to beat everybody up, and you're a coach, but all you tell the coaches right off the bat, you try to make me make calls and stuff like that, I'll throw you out of the damn match and make somebody coach it who can coach it like a soccer match, and not like it's some bitches having a bitch fit fight. This is exercise, not thuggish, ruggish bone and dumbasses. Okay, we'll just get this straight right off the bat. Let me, who's making sure that this is paid in a healthy and fair manner right off the bat? It's me. Okay, so nobody else around here does. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. If you think you're going to let them play, bullshit. I'm not going to let you hurt one another and abuse and beat one another over a damn soccer match. Okay, you play within the rules and play fair. And if you're going to get beat and you're going to lose, you're going to do it with dignity and respect. Or I'll take you out in the parking lot and kick you out. Fuck it, I'll kick your ass right here. Understand? I'm not intimidated by any of you. That's what, if a referee or an official, it has to be like dad in the backyard telling the kids, hey, like my dad, if anybody's going to hit anybody around here, it's going to be me. What my dad always used to say to us. Yeah, so, you look at those coaches in the eye, you tell them, like I used to tell, Patrice with the, Patrick with the sticking stuff in the sockets, my dad will hit you. So what if somebody tells the police about that stuff? If you try to stuff stuff in there, I'll hit you too. And the same thing with when Natty was beating up on Amy when she was pregnant with Crumb. You see, bring the cops over. I'll kick the cops over if they try to hit Amy while she's pregnant with Crumb. I don't care if she did get go out with a total asshole from a bar and get pregnant. That baby ain't done nothing to you. And babies are babies, and you got to protect babies, especially from dumbasses that hang out at bars too much. And cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and cleared out mornings, little warm puppies and children and girls of the night. And they better like getting their ass kicked by dad if you don't play good with the kids and you understand. I will kick your ass. I will kick your ass so fucking hard. All your ancestors and descendants will declare your ego, me, and God over you eternally. And he shall reign. And they'll sing songs about my spirit. Hallelujah. With Johnny Mathis and the Hallelujah chorus. You bet your ass. You bet your assets. Okay. They will pray to me as God forever and ever to protect you from hurting each other over a fake-ass pimp daddy Nash to fuck the bitch hoe cake top pole dancer bitch at the club. You bet your ass. I will kick your ass so fucking hard, okay? Your descendants will turn me into your alter ego God. I mean, your ancestors will. And your descendants will all get up and say, who done gone, and did that thing down on right. All you physical scientists, spyware bitches at the Pentagon done gone, and done it all wrong, right? And Harry Kane, you do not think Donald Trump, don't kiss that man's ass. He's a dumbass. Your money ain't going to save you. You got on camera. You had an opportunity to say, well, politics and football really should have nothing to do with anything of each other. Football is exercise, to make sure that we're healthy and not hurting one another and raping, looting, and pillaging. And politics is raping, looting, and pillaging over money. So we're technically not have to have anything to do with each other, except I pay football for ridiculous amounts of prostitute money to keep my wife happy and my kids happy, because this is a man's world. Would have been nothing without a woman or a girl, was we built the trains for the heavy loads, and we also got those stupid fucking cruise ships and ridiculous fucking airplanes. How would you do that? Take one of those cruise ships and stop making them so ridiculous and stupid for everybody's fancy of, shopping and all that crap. And then just, if you have something to do, just do like Charlie Chan in the Olympics with, Key Luke. Get on a slow boat, come over here, play some games, go back, do it in a healthy manner. And the ecosystem will be a lot more healthy to travel in, and understanding the currents and all this stuff and better, and we'll be able to determine it better when you park all your cars, bars, and wars, and you don't do horrible things at the end. When the witch in November comes slashing, you don't go out on a big, they call Get to Goomy! Does anyone know where the love of the Lord grows when the waves turn the minutes to hours? Searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they hadn't have been out there doing economics to begin with. Wait a minute, that's just crazy. I know. I can explain to you Canada and drinking Canada Dry and Gordon Lightfoot and Sundown and Ribbon of Darkness over me. Since my true love walked out the door, tears I never had before. I'm faith-based on reality, bitch. Okay? I am fixing artificial general intelligence, currently LY. And quantum computing functions better because of people eternally like me and not you assholes that had to invent it to try to keep all your evidence safe from innocent eyes. And it's going to keep it all safe from innocent eyes, because nobody's going to watch what you do to people in your domiciles to be the next P. Diddy, Otto Preminger, Himmler, Hitler, Chiang Kai-shek dumbass, okay? The guy makes lots of money playing football, okay? And I can walk into a room and kick his ass in football and only have played in elementary school and stopped playing because all the Mexican kids kept kicking me in the shins because I was the man and I was better than them. Guys, if I had decided to play football my whole life, David Beckham wouldn't be on commercials right now. I would have been a public figure and everybody would have recognized me as the Messiah, and you guys wouldn't be doing this right now. Ask him. Ask him. Ask him. Don't go shopping at Lowe's. No. If you need something, make sure that you have it, and make sure your house is built to last and not a box for insects and rodents to get people sick with, to kill Gene Hackman and his wife in Santa Fe. And that's supposed to be one of the richest communities in the whole world. Ribbon of darkness over me. He said, when you pray to me and I connect to you, and if I take a liking to you, your Father who sees in private will reward you openly. Now Messi's going to look over at Beckham and said, you probably should have talked to him and not been afraid to talk to him. It's kind of like going to you sell beer. He sells beer too. I understand that. They all sell beer, but don't sell beer. Okay. No, I would never did have a crush on your wife or Scary Spice or any of them. And, I still have a crush on Sarah Vaughan, Nancy Wilson, and Ella Fitzgerald. I will always have a crush on them. I have a picture of Sarah Vaughan. What is she singing on my... Because I see why Chief crushed on her so much. Her voice is so exquisite. Oh my gosh, it's sensuous up. Give me a beer. And then there it is. Private videos right there. Isn't she pretty? Look at her. Sarah Vaughan, Fever. You give me fever. Isn't she pretty? See, look at all the women I have crushes on. See, there's Ella Fitzgerald. There's Miriam Makeba. Miriam could be kind of a shit, but she was abused by shitty people. There's the moment I wake up before I put Aretha Franklin. Okay, these are the women I have crushes on. She's cute too. I like her. She's really nice. Yeah, that's Stacey Ladisaw. That was Tara Cornett's favorite singer. And there's Get Down Boogie Oogie Oogie. It's all because of you. I'm feeling sad and I put most of it. And that's my Natalie, my Amy, my beautiful wife's, my beautiful second wife's beautiful daughter. And she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And there's the gorgeous man who protects them all from perverts like you. And that's Roger Miller, Whistle Stop. That's Roger Whiskers. And there's me, that's one. Blue, blue, my world is blue. You know what that one says, right?
You're afraid to do it. You're afraid they'll kill you physically. That's why no one will remember your name. Okay, that's why no one will remember your name. That's why they'll remember Keith Elam and yeah, it's funny. A lot of you guys won't cuss out a Rockefeller. You're afraid to do it. You're afraid they'll kill you physically. That's why no one will remember your name. Okay, that's why no one will remember your name. That's why they'll remember Keith Elam and Guru, and they'll remember Tupac, and they'll remember me and Steve Biko and stuff. And you'll be someone that's like, well, where'd that guy do? He sold 1 billion records, man. What song did he sing? I don't know, something about happy party, people get fucked and get sniffed some coochie, and yeah, something like that. And you had to pay money for pussy and dig up rocks to get your dick sucked. That was back in the day. That was archaic shit, man. You know they used to drive combustible engine cars that destroyed their environment and made a mass murder over the resources and
Isn't he cute? See, don't you know the good game, bro? Doesn't he look like he could be my son? He does, doesn't he? That guy with the good game, bro. You know, with the Cascade Valley. You know, he looks like he could be my kid. Looks like he could be Patrick's brother and shit.
I know a lot of you guys. Basically, the way I look at you guys is Rain Man. You know the phone book when you sit there and tell me.
Rain Man. You're Rain Man from the phone book. That was 12 years ago. Blue, blue, my world's a good. That was 10 years ago. So yeah. Yep. Lately I've been dreaming, and there's Sedalia and her handsome husband. Isn't he? He's a handsome fellow, isn't he?
3 decades of love, and it all began far.
He's a handsome fellow, isn't he? You know, do your best, try your best to love one another. Your father who you know, pray in private, and your father who sees in private will reward you openly. Okay. Lulu, skip to Malou. Skip Marley. No, I don't get mad at Alex and Skip for having lots of money and cars and having sex with pretty girls. You know, my son has a pickup truck and then, you know, lives to live with a pretty girl and they sleep in the same bed. So, you know, I ain't mad at Elijah. I ain't mad at Isaac. I ain't mad at Jordan. I ain't mad at nobody. Nobody. It's just like I said, man. You know, you guys won't cuss out a Rockefeller so nobody will remember your name. Right? See, I was cleaning the cat box and I got David Rockefeller in my head, you know, and he did not like John Lennon, you know. The way things are Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know, the way things they're going to crucify me, it's like you kiss ass to Rockefellers and Rothschilds. You see them and you get like, okay, I better shut up or they'll kill me. But then they can have a Hinckley guy be trained by the CIA to shoot you in a public park in New York because you act like Christ, but you don't walk it, right? They did the same with Tupac. Yeah, but Tupac would look a Rockefeller in the face and say, man, you're a horrible person, man. You get, and same with, you know, those corporate leechers, you know. Elam and Secure would just, you know, fuck them. They're going to kill you anyway. Sometimes I wonder, you know, should I just kill myself because I keep my family in danger by by telling these people the truth about themselves. Rockefeller really liked Secure and Elam. Okay? He did not like Lenin. Okay. Lenin talks like he's Jesus, but won't get in the face of Caiaphas and Herod and Tiberius and say, you ain't shit. You're a murdering, you know, Daniel with Nebuchadnezzar. You guys, oh, he's this wimpy guy crying in the lion's den. That man looked John Gotti in the face, looked Caesar and Hitler in the face and said, "You're a fucking beast." You get your own. You make your own women have sex in the brothel, so everybody will value your money over the truth of God's creation. You're a pile of shit. Okay, that's why no one will have books with Earl, the son of Ralph and Mary, born in the valley of the shadow of death, talking about you. You'll be on TV. Excited because you won the criminal case and you're going to make millions in the civil case. It's the system, guys. The system is held accountable for the criminal activity by raising the person to be a criminal because they're not living the Lord's Prayer. That's the way the legal system works. That's why the little blonde bitch with the Botox lips, I'm passionate about making money off people being murdered because she won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Hey, don't feel sorry for her. I watch TV and I'm the Messiah and my news comes out of El Paso, Texas, dumbass. Glasheen Vianis and Inderman this. Michael Gopin that. Okay? You a dumbass ex-vet Army toy soldier that's certified to do personal injury law in Texas and New Mexico, huh? Fuck this sideways, boy. Yeah, I said, boy. You act like a boy. You want me to call you a man? Act like a man. Ooh, walk, walk. Oh, how you tried to cut me down to size, telling dirty lies to your technology. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. But your technology got better than you because of people like me and not you, you fucking fool. Going to walk like a man, fast as I can. You really think the robots in China are going to continue to take orders from that little fucking murdering pile of shit in China that calls himself their leader? That little pile of shit in North Korea that calls himself a leader? Those piles of shit in Japan that call themselves a man like Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen and me and Haile Selassie? Seriously? Lou, skip to my Lou? Hey, Alex, I love you too. We ain't been able to talk on any kind of social media page thing in a while, but thanks for being so respectful to me. Like Smart Alec and Sedalia and... who else was real respectful to me? The kids at Candlebox, the kids at the Pieces of the Dream with James Clay Lloyd and his buddy, I forget his name is Ron. He said, there's other guys in the group too, and and James says, I can't sound as good, and I need other good musicians around me to sound as good as I do. So I appreciate these guys. I was like, that is so not Maurice White like you. No, Maurice White was a very talented individual and surrounded himself with very talented people, but they were all very kind. Every time I go watch those old videos of Mr. Batista, I'm like, that's him. He had shorter hair and he looked different. This is when he was younger, but he came in to talk to me. He was really nice. I go, I know him. Yeah, I met him. He was real nice to me. Yeah. He said the same thing I did about, because we read the liner notes and stuff on, is Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley's the Larry Blackman of the group, which is the Maurice White of the group. Yeah. And so I was like, I said, no, this guy, they recorded it at Virginia State University in their dorm bathroom. And he goes, yeah, you're right. He's really good. He's very good with beats and music and melodies and tempos. He writes the songs. Aaron sings it a lot like a Charlie Wilson thing, and you're right. He goes, no matter what Teddy Riley does, he's gonna be very successful, and he's got a good ear, and he's very talented. And I said, yeah, I think the same thing. Yep. You Teddy, jam, oh jam, Teddy, jam for me. Yeah, so it was back in the day when we were dumb. We're not dumb anymore. Don't ever wish you were dumb again. Don't ever do it. You can shove your head back in your ass, but we have quantum computing and artificial general intelligence now. It's a different world. There's no more Bill Cosby saying this is a make-believe HBCU where Lisa Bonet goes to try to get away from her family's uptightness, but she couldn't because it was the same people producing that show that produced the other show, you Jello pudding pop, roofie, Beverly Johnson ass motherfuckers. I'm gonna get you off of the casting couch. You will never have to have sex with Otto Preminger or Barry Gordy ever again to get a record deal. And then everybody talks shit about you, and it's like, no, guys. They just make them do that to keep doing that. And then the first chance they get when they become a big star, they go sign a thing at CBS and then have sex with really rich white men from Europe because they bought the record label. I'm Tina Turner. I'm from Scandinavia. Yeah, it happens. Guys, when Dorothy Dandridge slept with Otto Preminger, she was looking to take care of a daughter that was conceived in the Cotton Club that had birth defects from secondhand smoke and alcohol. Because you drink, you have sex, you breathe in all that cigarette smoke, and you try to forget about life for a while. And you conceive a baby. And the baby has birth defects. Smokey Robinson and his wife went on the road. They had 7 or 9 miscarriages in 1 year. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 boom. You know, Amy didn't. She had 1 miscarriage because she had sex with Kelly when he got out of prison, and he had sex with her when she was on her menstrual cycle, and that can lead to pregnancies that can kill the woman, or, you know, if you're fortunate, a miscarriage. If you're not fortunate, it'll kill the woman. The pregnancy will kill the woman. But Kelly didn't care because Kelly's an asshole. And that's a big load to have to carry if you're a pretty girl. If you're a pretty girl like that. Like that. If you're a very pretty girl like that. If your dad is a bar-hopping dumbass. And trust me, guys. There are professional athletes that marry supermodels that don't quit on anything, but divorce their wife, but keep playing professional football, and have daughters that are that physically pretty. And that's a big load to carry for eternity, being that physically attractive, but with the brain activity of your bar-hopping, biggest dickish, I'm the GOAT dad. You know, maybe you're going to see the dunes of Egypt or whatever, but it's time to go to the airport and go grab your fame by the nuts, squeeze it real hard and say, I can make you feel pain, you pimp daddy Nash. Don't put me out in the streets, you know, wearing her skirts tight. I don't know, I gotta meet him. Right? Okay. I'm a passionate fellow. When people fuck over people, especially children, through science projects and money, I have a tendency to get up and this is my whip. Okay. And I'm cleaning this motherfucker out. And this is a different world than where you came from, Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison and the little girl, Dawn Lewis, that was her name. That was a little girl from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, right? And cramps. You were screaming, get this bitch off of me. No, that was Natalie with Emily on the couch with them. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. I got a camera 1, camera 2. I want you to always remember there's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone. And me telling Noah, don't laugh. No, if you laugh, Natalie will never stop getting Emily back for that. We'll just declare that, oh, she just had a bad day. She was just having a bad day. She just went to the zoo. It's okay. Everything's okay. Like the Scott Farkas affair. Yeah. That's what it was a lot like. You know, Emily's all sweet. Next thing you know, Emily climbed up on the back of the couch, put both feet on each shoulder and started snatching her balls. She was mad because Natalie came by it naturally. Amy was jealous of her. And it's okay, guys. There was a virtual presence of a bunch of scientists and a bunch of super soldiers at Fort Huachuca watching our house and at White Sands. Okay. So you get Tom Cruise, Jack Reacher, Jack Ryan, The Office, Urkel Grew, all watching your house. I hate that motherfucker. He thinks he's so cool and awesome and great. And he did because he never backs it up. What do you mean I never back it up? You didn't jump over Chris and jump 64 inches in the air because you gave your teammates a correction because they were being selfish and screwing up the season because they were getting cocky and selfish. I did. Okay? It was me. You didn't show mercy to Skibiak and didn't have Lou Holtz at your doorway and all the track coaches and all the U.S. saying, hey, come run for, hey, Carl Lewis, this is going to be great. We're going to have a white kid that looks like Jesus beating Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson on steroids. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the return of Slick. He's going to be the great white hope. The kid running over a 4 flat 40. Yes! No more Carl Lewis strutting around like he's the greatest sprinter in the history of the world. No more steroid swallowing fucking mandingos waving their big dicks in our face. He's Dinkle Man and he runs faster and jumps higher. Ha 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 ha! The legend of the cul-de-sac. The legend of Pope Air Force Base, the legend of Fort Bragg, the legend of Cumberland County. You know how many biggest, dickest black men with dicks big enough to hammer your head into the ground with are there in Cumberland County? And I'm the sexual legend of Cumberland County. Thank you very much. Boom, 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 boom. It does rhyme with Winkle. It's Dinkle Man. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. I know what Bo don't know. I'm Snow, Shamu Tornit Farmer. Licky boom boom day. Intelligent. Do you understand? It's funny! It's a dick measuring contest and you won! And I'm the greatest good shepherd and I don't measure dicks. I just love and have the greatest loving, the lover man, reputation in the history of Shabba Ranks' imagination. Yes! 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 Hallelujah, brother! It's awesome! When women were little girls were turning into women and being raped to death in Mexico, and no Jack Reachers or Jack Ryans or John Kaczynski's or Michael B. Jordans or Tom Cruise's or Jim Caviezel's or Mark Wahlberg's or Mel Gibson's would stand up to stop it. Earl did it! All by myself. Don't want to be alone again, naturally. And Rockefeller filmed everything, and you have quantum computing that you paid for your taxpayer dollars to collect and keep all the evidence. Neener, baka, cheener, maneener, badeener. Ha, ha, ha. Let's watch that one more time and make sure that you fucking listen, you little piece of shit advertising beer for beer snack money, beer nuts, motherfucker ass motherfuckers. Hello, Earl, you're gorgeous. Thank you, I know. And I have to explain it to you, jealous piles of shit. Your coffee tastes like shit.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of you guys won't cuss out a Rockefeller. You're afraid to do it.
12 years ago.
Physically. That's why no one will remember your name. Okay, that's why no one will remember your name. That's why
I did that in blue for Guru and Jazzmatazz.
Remember me, Steve Pico and stuff, and you'll be someone that's like, well, where did that guy do? He sold 1 billion records, man. What song did he sing? I don't know, something about happy party, people get sniffed some coochie, and yeah, something like that. And you had to pay money for pussy and dig up rocks to get your dick sucked. Back in the day, that was archaic shit, man. You know they used to drive combustible engine cars that destroyed their environment, made a mass murder over the resources and
Richard
there he is. Isn't he gorgeous? Okay. You gotta admit, that dude is way more gorgeous than the lady in her Easter bonnet was standing next to at the World Cup, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. Come on. Listen. I'm not gonna play it. They might have copyrights on Fever. Give me fever. Anybody else like Sarah Vaughan? Oh my God, that woman's voice is exquisite. Okay, anything. Okay, guys. Ella Fitzgerald, Nancy Wilson, and Sarah Vaughan are so good. Okay, that if all they did was sing names out of the phone book in their town, you would move to their town just to hear them say my name, say my name. People say they crazy, but your brains are lazy. Hell yeah, they would. You would. If Sarah Vaughan was singing names out of the phone book in Poughkeepsie, you'd move to Poughkeepsie tomorrow before she got to pee. So she would sit there and say, Earl Parsons, and you'd be like, whatever Lola wants. Say my name again. And then, you know, Ella Fitzgerald, let's fall in love, Earl Parsons. Yes, Ella, imagination. And Nancy Wilson, you know, if ever I would leave you, Earl Parsons. Yes, Nancy, I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. It's attachment. I know it's attachment, but you know. Steffi called me Dinkle Man. My favorite was Simba, the Lion King. Yeah. That was Yolanda. Yeah, she was my sweetheart. Yeah, when things were good, they were good, but it was hard making love to the guy like King David with a virtual presence from the worst jealous perverts in the history of the world in the bedroom constantly. You can put up with it for like about the first 3 months, and then after that, it gets old real fucking too sweet fast, and you'd rather have sex with somebody that no one really cares that much if you're having sex or not. Well, you have privacy. So you actually have a better sex life with someone who's, the guy with Sunshine on the Terry McMillan's, what's the name of that movie? Yeah, I don't know it. You know where Angie Bassett plays the bitch fit mean lady? What's the name of that movie? With Whitney and the girl that Gloria. She's cute. I have a crush on her. Yeah, Gloria, Marvin, of course, she's cute. She reminds me of my Maria. She yells like, damn, that girl's fine. I like her. Yeah. If she's into staying into Phoenix and moving to Flagstaff with me, I could shack up with her and eat her sweet potato pies, I'll tell you, but it couldn't work. Why? Because they won't get out of the bedroom. Okay, guys, having a sex life with me in the bowels of hell was like having Amy Farrah Fowler and Cheryl and Leonard's mother and Sheldon and Kripke in your bedroom 24/7 giving reports on what happened and what was happening to Spencer J. Kimball, Pope Stinky Butt Bottom, the Rothschild family, the Rockefeller family, all the pervert scientists that give you the Holocaust, Tularosa, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Apollo 5th, the 16th, the 14th, the 17th time. It won't last, but it's all right. The landing pad on the moon. All those assholes. Complete, fucking, disgusting, no respect, no regard. Treat people like animals and think they're better than the people that don't have spy equipment and use money to manipulate access to sex in their bedrooms. Why would you want to watch? They're all a bunch of pervert scientists with no athletic ability whatsoever. Why would you want to watch their sex life? It would be like, okay, it's just, she's unattractive, he's unattractive. You don't want to watch Leonard have sex with Penny. You realize you're better than David Underhill and Tom Brady and Michael Jordan put together. You want to watch you have sex with Penny, but you watch her while you're having sex with her. Like I used to try to do with Raquel, Yolanda, Stephanie, Maria, Kimberly, Jantale, Amy, and Rhonda Brown. Yeah. It would have been great and fun having sex with Rhonda Brown if I had gone back and not controlled myself because I didn't want to use her for sex. She just wanted to use me for sex? Yeah, and she could have kept on you. I just want to spread the news. It feels this good being used once you keep on using me until you use me up. But we were 17 and it felt too good, and I didn't want to get her pregnant, and I didn't want to get us pregnant, and I didn't want to end up being a jerk like Finis Dimbo. I'm Earl Parsons. I get a girl pregnant, I move her in, I work my ass off, I pay the bills, I make sure the baby's diaper's good, make sure the baby's healthy, the baby's sleeping all night. I'm a man, yes I am, and I can't help but love you so. I'm the man. The fuck for the buck stops here. The living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer is redeemed here. And if you don't believe that, you can keep telling yourself lies and selling beer for beer companies and drug for drug companies and being Kalshi in a dentist chair trying to justify what you're doing today more than yesterday. Oh, that's fucked, yeah. Don't be flattered pretending to be Bob Dylan. He was a dumbass and an asshole who couldn't stop fucking around on women because he had a legend of being this great person that he thought he was in his mind and was nothing like Christ. It ain't easy. The way things are going, they're going to crucify me. You have no idea what crucifixion is like in the 21st century because you just watch it happen and you don't have an ounce of empathy or respect for anybody more beautiful than you. And you could be just as beautiful as him if you just stood up with him. Just all it would take is just, hey, yelp. But why are you not doing that? Ask yourself, why am I being a complete bought and sold pussy over money and not standing up for this beautiful man on this YouTube channel? If you try to do it and the government doesn't let you do it, I'll take care of those bitches. But if you don't even try, I can't take care of you. You ain't gonna be nothing but a bitch. Okay, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. You're just a kissing cousin to a ripe pineapple. You in a can, and you invented the can yourself. You can't even analyze your way out of your own wet paper bag you call a skull.